Rather lads, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. It's a new week. It's a Monday morning, and just like we do on every single Monday morning, we get into the comment section and share where we are actually watching from. So get into the comment section right about now and tell me where you are enjoying the Arsenal summer, the Arsenal content from on Cossy's Arsenal podcast. Love you people from Nigeria. Love you people from Sierra Leone. Love you very much, my people from Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania. My people from USA. I love you so much. So tell me where you're actually watching from this early Monday morning. But in terms of content, lots of stories to speak about this morning, with Arsenal also releasing their new away kit. It is absolutely gorgeous. We're going to be talking about that. We're going to be reacting to the new kit. I think it's actually better than the home kit. I'll tell you much about that. Arsenal are set to spend another 100 million after signing Alexander Zinchenko. We're going to be discussing where that money should be spent and how well we can utilize those funds to make the squad a little bit stronger. Top clubs are interested in Bukayo Saka, but Mikel Arteta has told the Arsenal fan base that Saka and Arsenal have the same intentions, which is signing a new contract. We are interested in Jeremy Doku from Rennes. I'll give you much about that. And Paulo Dybala, it is finally over. He will not be joining Arsenal. It was reported that if Arsenal ever went to the UEFA Champions League, then he would be joining us. But he's going to be signing for Roma on a 3-year deal. All that and more, hit the like button for me. Let's get this video to 800 likes. Subscribe to the podcast. We are very close to 54,000. And by the end of this week, we should be at least at 55,000 subscribers. If you would be very, very kind enough to hit that subscribe button if you have actually not yet. Now, let's get into the content. Let's start off with Arsenal this morning have released their away kit, and it is absolutely magnificent. It is absolutely beautiful. It is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I absolutely love it. It is black. It's a black kit. I don't know if that is bronze or gold. The words, I think that is kind of bronze. And then the white onto the white strips of Adidas. I feel it's a beautiful jersey. I feel it's a better jersey than the home kit. I don't like the home kit's collar. I like the home kit. It's beautiful and it's very, very simple. But I feel that design, that collar and the design on the collar just kills the vibe. But this black kit, of course, it was already leaked, and I thought I would just wait for Arsenal to release it. They finally released it, and it's absolutely magnificent. I just hope we can win the Europa League in that kit and just make it a memory. It's absolutely brilliant. But of course, that is not my job. My job is to tell you that we have actually released the kit. Give a few reactions and get your reactions in the comment section. So what do you think about this kit? Do you feel it is better than the home kit? Talk to me. Is it better than the home kit, or is the home kit actually better? Talk to me. I mean, I need to get your reactions on there. Now, Mikel Arteta has also been speaking about Bukayo Saka and the contract situation around the player. Now, according to Fabrizio Romano, a couple of other clubs, top clubs in and around Europe, are interested in signing Bukayo Saka and are closely monitoring the contract situation of the player. However, according to Mikel Arteta, he says the player and Arsenal have the same intention, they have the same motives, and they feel they are very, very close to a consensus between them. Now, Saka is going to be one of the highest paid players at Arsenal. We understand if he signs his new contract very, very soon. I never had any thoughts about this. Of course, Fabrizio Romano, right from January, is telling us the same thing and confirming the same piece of information. Saka wants to stay at Arsenal. He's valued very much at the club, and he sees himself as a very important member of this Arsenal squad and the Arsenal project. So Mikel Arteta says Saka has the same intentions and motives as Arsenal. We are very, very close to a consensus. All clubs that are interested in the player will not be able to sign him. Now, I understand Manchester City have lined him up as one of the few, or as one of the many, we do not understand, I've not seen their list, but as one of the few alternatives to Raheem Sterling that we have actually known about, including the likes of Jeremy Doku, including the likes of Christoph Nkunku as well. So Saka will stay at Arsenal 100%, according to Mikel Arteta. Same intentions with the club at the moment. There is no disagreement. There is no part in terms of valuation and also in terms of appreciation. Saka feels appreciated by Arsenal, and Arsenal feel the player is of great importance to them. Now, this week we are expecting not Paulo Dybala really, but Alexander Zinchenko to be arriving at Arsenal. It is now being said that Alexander Zinchenko is waiting for permission from Manchester City to fly across US. It is more likely that he will not be flying from the Manchester City camp to London, but he will be flying from the Manchester City camp to the Arsenal camp. That is if nothing changes. So he's waiting for that permission. Personal terms now not an issue. We are talking about a £30 million fee that has already been agreed, and Manchester City very soon should be allowing the player to get his luggage, pack up his bags, and join Arsenal and during our tour in the USA. So I want to clarify this. A couple of people have been telling me that the deal is not yet advanced because the player traveled with with Manchester City to the US. That absolutely has nothing to do with that. It absolutely has nothing to do with the deal. Yes, he traveled with them. He can actually complete their tour with them and join Arsenal after the tour. He can fly away from US back to the Emirates because this is money. It's just a matter of hours for him to fly across USA, probably a matter of minutes. Fly across the USA, get his medicals done, and the deal will be completed. And I mean, look, I don't even care because these many of these are opposition fans, rival fans trying to make a point that Alexander Zinchenko to Arsenal is not happening. I want to make you very, very confident that this deal is 100% done and agreed. Personal terms not a problem. A fee between Manchester City and Arsenal not a problem anymore. We are waiting for the medicals. They're scheduled to happen this week, and the move will actually be completed this week. So expect my announcement of Alexander Zinchenko very, very soon. Permission should be granted to the player from Manchester City to do his medicals and get his luggage and pack up and join Arsenal very, very soon. So Alexander Zinchenko, this week I'm giving you just a small hint. This week, expect that. But also in this week, we are expecting Arsenal to start spending on their 100 million pounds left after signing Alexander Zinchenko. So, according to Freddie Paxton, like we spoke yesterday, Arsenal will try to sign a winger next after signing Alexander Zinchenko. A central midfielder is a priority. We are looking at a right back, and of course, we are also looking at a backup centre back. So many players we are trying to sign on that 100 million pounds. I don't think we'll sign all of them, to be very, very sincere. I don't think Arsenal will get all those players down through this summer, but some of the other priorities will have to be carried on into January or even into the next transfer market or in the next transfer summer. So how should we then spend our 100 million euros or 100 million pounds, depending on what is available? I think we should get 50 million pounds and spend that on a winger. I think the left wing is a concern. Mikel Arteta has already showed a lot of great importance to that position, and I think it is one not to be neglected. With Emile Smith-Rowe and Gabriel Martinelli occupying there, I think you have enough cover. But if you brought in someone more experienced, someone that can start ahead of them, create more competition for Gabriel Martinelli. Because for me, the player that I think is more valuable in that role is Gabriel Martinelli. With Emile Smith-Rowe, I think you can play him in very, very many positions across that midfield, as a central midfielder, as a number 10, as a false 9. I've seen Mikel Arteta try to use him as a false 9. Yes, it was at the wrong time when we were playing Villarreal. That was the wrong time to experiment, really. But I think with Emile Smith-Rowe, he's absolutely safe in that Arsenal side. You can consider him as your Phil Foden. He's gonna play anywhere in the Arsenal side. Midfield, central midfield, false 9, number 9. You can play him anywhere and it's going to give you the results. But on the left wing, I think we lack enough cover, and also on the right wing as well. We lack cover. Now that Nicola Pepe will be leaving the club, we need to bring in a marquee signing, a statement signing on that forward line, a second statement signing on that forward line. And I think 50 million should be invested there. I don't know what you think, but 50 million for me should be invested on that forward line in terms of an attacker or in terms of a winger. Then the central midfield, it should be Yuri Tillemans. Now, 30 million should get the deal done. I don't think Arsenal need to waste a lot of time there. 30 million to sign in Yuri Tillemans as the next central midfielder. No problems there. So that is 80 million pounds spent on an attacker and a central midfielder. Then the rest of the 20 million should be spent on a backup right back. That is what I think. So that leaves us with only one position without enough cover, and that would be Gabriel Magalhaes. But I do not even care about Gabriel Magalhaes not having cover if William Saliba is going to stay at the club. And Rob Holding and Ben White and Gabriel Magalhaes. I think that is enough cover in those defensive areas. Actually, in my opinion, Arsenal should not sign in a centre back in the region of 23 to 25 years of age. If we want to bring in a serious centre back, it should be an experienced centre back. Like I want to think about a player like probably Koulibaly. I'm not trying to say sign Koulibaly from Chelsea. I'm trying to say a player of that caliber, like a centre back, a formidable centre back, like Bayern signed Manchester late. Something like that. If Arsenal can't do that, then it's better than piling up very, very many young centre backs. So for me, get 20 million, spend it on a right back in the right back position. I think Kyle Walker-Peters can work for that fee. Then spend 30 on Yuri Tillemans and 50 on a winger. And then if there is ever need to sign a backup centre back, probably one of Gabriel Magalhaes and William Saliba decides to walk away, then you use that money to reinvest it in that position. So I don't think Arsenal desperately need a backup for Gabriel Magalhaes with William Saliba available at the team at the moment. Now, also, it has now been made very, very clear that Gabriel Magalhaes has rejected Juventus. He's told them he will be staying with Arsenal. He has no plans of joining them. A couple of very, very reliable sources, including Fabrizio Romano, are still linking Juventus to Gabriel Magalhaes, claiming that Juve are still monitoring the situation of the player. It doesn't make any sense for me for Juve up to now to be monitoring Gabriel Magalhaes' situation. They understand the player doesn't want to play for them now, and they know Arsenal do not want to sell. All these reports of Arsenal setting a fee and depending on the bid, they're absolutely false reports. The player will be staying at Arsenal unless otherwise. That is the information we have. And finally, Arsenal have also been linked with another player, and that is Jeremy Doku. I want to share that story around here. Jeremy Doku, another very, very exciting prospect, Belgian player. I think we've talked about a couple of right backs, but Jeremy Doku is another interesting one. So the story says that Arsenal have been linked with it says that Jeremy Doku is one of Arsenal's main targets for the winger position. Mikel Arteta is a huge fan of the Belgian international and is ready to register his interest. Rennes want around 15 million euros for the 20-year-old. Arsenal could make an offer very, very soon. Now, there is nothing confirmed on this one, but if he were to join Arsenal, then he would be a very, very interesting prospect. But of course, the winger that we want to sign is still mysterious. I do not want to mislead you into thinking that Jeremy Doku is the next winger at Arsenal. No. But we'll speak about him if there is anything that develops up more concretely.